Hello everybody, I'm on a tight budget over here, so I hope you're all having a wonderful holiday. So my name is Haley, and this is my discussion on identity development, the 4 identity statuses. So what exactly are the 4 identity statuses? Well, I'll tell you. They were made by this dapper fellow over here called James Marcia, and he basically built off the work of Erik Erikson and split up our adolescent development into 4 statuses, as you can see here. So with this in mind, how exactly does it show up within the real world? Well, as a former infant and a current teenager, a real world example would be both my own experiences and those of my peers, family, friends, and acquaintances, and all that hula-baloo. More specifically, I have seen these statuses in effect with identity diffusion, adults who still contemplate their identity, no commitment, they're kind of lost, identity foreclosure, young who are still committed to one path, they haven't really deviated from the set path by their parents, and identity moratorium, bright-eyed individuals, open-minded, the world is their oyster, but they can often be stressed out and anxious because there's so many paths they can take. And then identity achievement, personally, I've never met anyone with this who are content with their life, and I've answered the question, who am I? In fact, you and me are even examples of these statuses in effect. Adolescence is just simply such a long stage, which brings into question, why? Why exactly do we have a midlife crisis from 40 to 60? What are the confounding variables that are there that induce such a crisis? Is the blame to be put onto our flawed school system, society, cultures, traumas, or is it simply the pliable nature of human development? Furthermore, tough topics that I had. Chapter 4 was just a very long chapter, and chapter 5 was more of that same thing. More specifically, 4.17 autism spectrum and 5.10 the learning disabilities. Not that it wasn't to say that it was difficult to wrap my head around these concepts. It was more so, how do we take these concepts and the understanding of spectrum and disabilities and use it to support and elevate a child's learning rather than hold a child back in their learning / development, which is something I've typically witnessed. But with that in mind, that's basically it. So yeah, have a lovely holiday.